Hello everybody and welcome back to INSANEBRIT Gaming. I am the INSANEBRIT and today's unboxing is an anime I have loved for a very long time. This is one of the animes, the last animes I actually bought when it came out on DVD individually, ever since I stopped doing that a couple of years ago now, thank God. And essentially I sold all the DVD versions I had of it to pick it up on Blu-ray. Now there is season 2 of this and 3. I'm not too sure if they're on Blu-ray or whatever, and if they are, they're probably in America. It hasn't been, I mean, like I said, we've just got this about 6 months ago, or 4 or 5 months ago. I was late picking it up. It's Sword Art Online Season 1. I was originally going to go watch this to have a little bit of a recap. I have seen it before. I watched 2 episodes and then decided to pick it up, like all the DVDs at the time, and I did not regret it one bit, and I've been waiting a long time for this to come out, and I'm very happy it has. Like I said, I was going to go and review it. There's normally 2 sections to this video. I unbox it for you, and then I go and review it. Having said that, I'm not really going to go into spoilers anyway. I'm just going to give you the gist about what it is and what they could have done better, essentially, in my opinion. Okay, so let's give you the rundown of the actual story. Sword Art Online Complete Season Collection 1. This may be a game, but we are not playing around. In the near future, a virtual reality, or VR, massive multiplayer online role-playing game, or get this right, VR MMORPG called Sword Art Online has been released, where players control their avatars with their bodies using a piece of technology called the Nerve Gear. One day players discover they cannot log out, as the game creator is holding them captive unless they reach the 100th floor of the game's tower and defeat the final boss. However, if they die in the game, they die in real life. Their struggle for survival starts now. So basically that's the gist of it, and if you like the idea of that story, essentially that is that in a nutshell. Having said that, a little bit more detail in that, in respects to it. Actually, no, you know what, I'm going to unbox here. What do we actually get in here before I go down the story route of it and everything? And once again, well, I've told you the base story anyway, but I'll give you my full opinions on it and stuff like that. Like I said, there is Season 2 and 3, and when that comes out, I will snap those up, but at the same time, I don't think that's going to happen for a while, because that's just the way the anime world seems to work these days. It takes forever. They have been quite good in recent years, in the past 1 or 2 years, coming out with things quite quickly, but at the same time, there's a backlog of things that we want. So, there it is. The casing ain't too great, in my opinion. The artwork, it's okay, but I thought it could have been a bit better, or whatever, but let's see what we get in here. Okay, so, you don't get nothing in it like a book or anything like that. It comes on 1, 2, 3, 4 discs. That's essentially what it looks like, which ain't too bad. Be a bit delicate, these slots, you know what I mean, in the center. As the backing art, you get part of the tower, what they got to climb or whatever, just to give it. But there's nothing much in there, unfortunately. Expecting a little bit more, maybe. I don't know. It is what it is. But yeah, so that's essentially the unboxing. Pretty simple. But now to give you my thoughts and opinions on this. So basically, this is an RPG element game, to say for an example, where you have to go around collecting, go in certain areas, and go around collecting, I don't know, minerals, weapons, stashes of gold, X, Y, and Z, you know what I mean, that you have in those typical games. It revolves around a character named, I'm going to call him Kirito? I'm going to call him Kirito, or whatever, and he's like been accused of, he's a badass at these games, essentially, and he essentially gets accused. He's playing it for so long, he was in the open beta, and now he's in the actual game, so he knows a lot about the first set of few levels, which is really cool, you know, good to have an advantage. Among all these other players, there is a beautiful girl, I don't even know her name right now, essentially she's supposed to be his love interest / friend, at least at the beginning I felt that, and then it kind of dissipates where she actually breaks away from him and goes on a separate journey of all of her own, which is kind of annoying, or teams up with another guild or whatever, or a group of people. Essentially he is a lone player, he likes to do everything alone. You know, the grinding aspect of it, and he gets essentially accused of being a cheater because he's got the badass weapons, he's got good technique and stuff like that. And in these RPGs, you'll know that if you have a certain element of leveling up, so like just say I'm level 80 and I'm taking on a lower level player, or I'm taking on a boss You know what I mean? I'm going to have an easier time doing it, or I'll be more powerful compared to a level 2 or 3 or 4, whatever it is. You know how that element works if you're a gamer or an RPG fan. I'm very new to the genre, and I don't really mess around with it too much. It's not my type of game, but personally, I do love actually watching this. There are 50 floors, or levels, call it, in a game, just to say, for example, in this particular universe. Now, it pains me to say it, because there is so much potential in this anime. I would have watched 50 floors. I would have watched them conquer 50 floors or 100 floors. I wouldn't have cared. I loved it. I thought it was amazing. I thought it was brilliant. You get boss battles on some of the levels. You get certain places you have to go to get certain things for characters if you want something specific. You know, a rare item and stuff. And other guilds will compete for it in this universe, etc., etc. And of course there's people who are masters in weapons, sell weapons. Essentially they get trapped in the game and shit really starts to get real. Of course if you know the game you'll be doing quite well. If you're a noob like me, you might, well, I mean, I would give it a good go, trust me, I'm a gamer, but a lot of people who just tried it for the first time are getting killed off, you know, losing players. There's no number count of how many players started, of like 3,000-4,000 people, I don't know, and it lost about 400-500 in the first 2 or 3 days, who knows, you know, until they basically, their whole objective is to band together in certain squads or just go after the actual, the main boss fight or whatever, and they have to conquer levels through working with each other, etc., etc. And that essentially is what the whole anime is about. However, unfortunately, they don't actually go up through 50 levels or 100 levels, what you're hoping. It is that way, but they skip levels. They go level 2, level 3, level 4, level 12, level 20. And I'm like, what happened to the other 19 floors? You know what I mean? And then we're level 32. I'm like, fuck out of it. So that kind of pisses me off about the anime. It could have done a lot more. Essentially, a part of the story comes to a conclusion, and the girl or his love interest, essentially they want to meet up in real life or something like that, and he goes to meet her or whatever. The bad guy, obviously, as I read in the story part of this, is the creator of the actual game who trapped them in there. Long story short, this anime includes, I believe I was told, the second part, yes it is, it's got pictures on the background, of this RPG world, but then they go into a separate game later on in the story, and they go into a fairy tale land. Some dodgy looking fucking... This could have been season 2 alone. So if you take that one element of the... just say Dark Souls, right? I'm using that as a perfect example. And then it goes into a fantasy land like Final Fantasy. That would be a perfect simulation of both worlds are very different. And it breaks up the anime like that, but it doesn't really... It works, but it could have... The Final Fantasy element of it, or where they become fairies or some shit, same deal, but in a different universe. It could have been so much better. That could have been season 2. I would have watched this for 100 episodes straight. Loved every minute of it. Then the fairy part should have been season 2, and I would have watched all of that as well. So basically you get 2 worlds in here, kind of thing, which is it's good, but it could have been so much better. Of course, you prefer the first element when watching it at the same time. The ending is pretty good with a plot twist. I'm not going to go into that and spoil it for you, because I'm not here to do that. You know enough about the story already. Okay, what else did I talk about? Like I said, there is a season 2, and they elements on guns and stuff like that. So it's like other universes that they're going to be going in. I hope to God we're following the same characters. I assume we are. Having said that, guys, if you are a gamer or an RPG fan, you will absolutely love this anime, and I'm £35-40. I'll leave it in the link description below. No regrets about buying this, 100%. If you're interested in other gaming animes and stuff like that, you've got Log Horizon, which I might pick up. It goes into the in-depth universe of the world of buying and stuff and various things like that, you know what I mean? The economics of gaming. Maybe B2, that's on DVD though. You might, that's B2, that's another gaming anime. Didn't come out for season 2, unfortunately, and it's on DVD. I haven't bought it. And of course, No Game, No Life, if you're interested in these kinds of animes. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this mini review, as it were, and unboxing. I definitely recommend it if you're an RPG fan or even a gamer. But as for the art style, it is beautiful. The voice acting's great, the story's great, the music's beautiful. There's boss battles as well that they have to overcome. And very much enjoyable, man. I'm definitely going to be enjoying this over the next week. And anyway, like I said, Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Links are in the description below. If you want to buy a t-shirt or whatever, links are in the description below as well for that. And I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.